Alright, so I played a game recently called Casebook 1899. It's a charming little point-and-click game, or so it appears at first. I've had my problems with it, and then the finale happens, which, the less is said, the better. Anyway, I would not recommend this game, even if I do believe it has merit. What is it about? The murders in Leipzig in the year 1899. Together with a helpful prosecutor, a criminal investigator unravels the mysteries of these heinous crimes. So I'll just avoid the usual spiel. One thing I have realized is that in the years past I might have played games and not realized what has drove me to play them consistently and what made me lose any kind of enthusiasm. I believe writing it all down and analyzing it helped me think and understand myself a little better. Like, for example, I have realized that design, style, and themes are extremely important to me. So much so that a great but generic creation loses a lot of the appeal. And in this game, it's exceedingly obvious, because I've been spoiled with Vegeta games. Dave Gilbert got a style, and he's got a charm in his games. They might not be flawless, I honestly disliked the ending to every single Blackwell game. Well, except the last one. But I still adore them. Casebook 1899 has no style. It feels too basic and too by the book. There are no characters, it's more like tools. The main character is a tool for the player to use to play the game. The prosecutor is a tool to offer assistance, and badly at that. And the victim, suspects and so on, all of those are tools to tell a story. I can't imagine a world with people like this. The mysteries are similar in that respect as well. There is nothing inherently wrong with that, but I don't see a reason to care. The investigation wasn't interesting, there weren't really twists or any degree of enjoyment from the new discoveries. It was like filling a notebook. And that's realistic, but doesn't make for a fun game. One point I would praise is the ability to make conclusions, which is a series of binary choices related to evidence. That might lead toward one suspect or another, or even a group of them. Problem is what it actually doesn't matter. The choices don't have results, and I am not 100% sure, but I believe that no matter what the player settles on, the prosecutor is the one who gets the final say. Which means that whenever you solve a case correctly or not, the conclusion is always the same. But again, I'm not 100% on this, and I did not feel like replaying the game just to figure this out. But better than that, there's also some moon logic and annoying puzzles. This typical point-and-click protagonist is not a good person, as they cause havoc, steal and destroy property on a regular basis. It's just that with good writing it can be amusing, and here it simply felt annoying. Flash a badge and things happen. That's what police does. Worst case scenario, threaten people with obstruction. Having to do with silly chores doesn't sound like something a policeman would do. All this is me talking about the three main cases. The last one is different. Boy, oh boy. Boy, oh. The beginning of Chapter 4 is already an utter mess, with hidden object game design, and I refuse to accept it as a viable game design. It's simply stupid. After which there are no choices to make, and it's just trying everything on everything, but with very few options, meaning it's too simple while trying to look complicated. The player has to sabotage the construction worker, listen to annoying kids, and appeal to an obnoxious servant. But it's what comes after is what truly gives me pause. Even after getting a walkthrough, I don't see a solution making any sense. None of the puzzles do. After reading some discussions on Steam, I do see a twisted logic, but yeah, this is exactly what I would complain about when I talk about moon logic. This is not a true one per se, but involves something outlandish being used for something mundane. This is more along the lines of hints being too obfuscated, and the puzzle framework not being clear and established enough to solve. And the final solution being 1, 2, 3, 4 is insulting. What I'm saying here is what the game is... It felt okay, until the last part. And then they've had to actually finish it, and that's where everything truly fell apart. The devs wanted a twist, so they've made this lunacy. They wanted a more difficult chapter, and it's completely obtuse. They wanted a satisfying ending, and I feel soured on the entire game because of it. I'm struggling to come up with the correct words. It's as if I'm told I'm stupid for not following the fiendish logic, and then laughed at for not enjoying the twist. And that's just not very fun, not unless a very attractive woman does it. Sadly, no such luck. So, in the end, I don't didn't think much of Casebook 1899, and I feel worse having played it.